Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and our Newcastle United series as we continue our march through the Premier League table, where we've actually been doing incredibly well recently. If we have a look at the competition screen, you can see we're sitting in third place, 6 points clear of Watford. And surprising that we have Everton and Watford below us, with Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal all really struggling, over 10 points behind us now in the table. So Champions League football next season looking pretty nailed on. Of course, we already have Champions League football this season, and we will be taking on Roma in the knockout stages of the Champions League. We're still in every competition at this point, and today we are really making a charge towards that first possible silverware of the season as we take on Birmingham away from home in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. We've already won the first leg 5-0, a really impressive performance with Cutrone getting a hat-trick in that match. We've also won 2 of our last 3 games, so plenty to look forward to. And with opposition like Birmingham, Walsall and Brighton to come, there is no reason why that winning run can't stretch all the way to 5 matches. So going out there for this second leg, I think I'm still going to put out a full strength team because I want us to win this game. We are away from home, and I want them to get a few goals really as well. I don't think I'm too worried about fitness at this point in time, so we can afford to put out a strong team. And there's not that many players that I would actually bring in. You can see we don't even have enough players to fill the bench right now in the first team anyway. So there's not a lot that I'd change here. I might bring Drinkwater in for Fernandes just so that we've got Fernandes fresh if one of the fullbacks is struggling. But otherwise, I'm expecting us to win today. We've got Keane, Pinamonte and Cutrone as the 3 up front. Andre and now Drinkwater are in the middle, with Masuaku, Otamendi, Holding, Smalling and Carmona in defence, with Tom Heaton in goal. Ward with the throw-in, picks out Adams. Birmingham doing all the attacking at the moment, but Masuaku, about 3 bites at that cherry, finally gets the ball. He then loses it immediately to Ward, but flies in there again. He could well be a red card risk with tackles like that. Here's Otamendi onto Holding. Heaton sends the ball over the top. Headed down by Keane, comes to Masuaku. Plays it in behind for Pinamonte. He's got 4 in the box to aim at. Carmona's in there, comes down to Cutrone and he volleys it past Sam Johnston, who really should have done better. He got a good hand to it, but could only tip it into the bottom corner. And with that away goal, Birmingham would need 7 to go through. Jack Colback spreads the ball out wide to Keita. Good early cross, but Masuaku deals with it. Very impressive left wing back. The ball ricochets out to James. Now Palmer might strike it. He picks out Barnes. On to Keita once more. Ball in, and it's in the back of the net. I think it's an own goal. Adams may well claim it, but it's Masuaku, who's had a good opening 5 minutes, who's actually conceded this goal. Jack Colback onto Palmer. He sends it out wide. It's Keita putting the cross in. Heaton takes the catch. We've not really shown a lot in this game, if we're being entirely honest. Just the 1 goal, and we've not really had any attacks outside of that goal. As we play the ball around the defence, Otamendi pushes it forward to Masuaku. Now Moise Keane can have a run, a lot of space in front of him, and he's using it. He looks for Carmona. There's a good ball across, and Keane is in there, and Moise Keane set up Carmona for the cross, and he's managed to get the header in to give us back the lead on the day. Andre puts the ball over the top. Pinamonte's in there. He's hit it first time and it hit the woodwork. Came back out to him, but Palmer got a good tackle in before he could hit it. Heaton sends the ball out to Otamendi. He pushes it on towards Masuaku. Down the line now, and Keane's got to that. He's got the pace and a lot of space. Nobody going to him. He puts it across and it's just out again by the Birmingham defence. Moise Keane gets there again though, and Pinamonte has missed the target there with an open header really. And I mean, I don't know how he hasn't scored that. He's hit the woodwork, but still, Birmingham on the attack. Adams in behind has caused some problems today, and he's beat the 2 defenders, but straight at Tom Heaton. Pinamonte wins the header, knocks it down to Cutrone. He then loses it to Keita. Barnes over the top, and Adams is in behind. There could be an equaliser here for Birmingham. Adams in, and absolutely balloon slices that one high and wide. Just over 20 minutes left as we win the ball from that throw-in, and now Pinamonte can counter. He's pushed Keane out quite wide there when Keane was running central, but the cross goes in and Johnston able to catch that one without any real difficulty. He will then presumably launch it up the pitch. Interesting, our 3 strikers standing ahead of the defenders. They do drop back a little bit now, but the ball's in behind, And Haidara, fresh legs off the bench, manages to get there first. The ball given away again though. It's Ward attacking down the right hand side. Beats one defender, puts the cross in. It's headed out again. James still not clearing our lines properly. Finds Cole back and he strikes it and Heaton with a good stop. Birmingham on the attack again, still looking for their equaliser. I mean, this tie is very much over, but Kearney's managed to get in and he's put it wide again. I mean, Birmingham could have had 3 or 4 today. They could definitely be winning this match, but their profligacy in front of goal has really cost them. They've got another attack here. I think they've been the better team, really, on the day, but somehow we find ourselves in front just because we're a bit more clinical. As Kearney puts the ball in, it's Barnes trying to slip it in, and Juric does get there, and Birmingham finally put the ball home to make it 2-2. Lemos with a free kick late on, and he's just put it over the bar. I think it would have been unfair on Birmingham for us to get a goal there. Absolutely outrageous that we haven't won this game at this point. As Birmingham put a corner in, it is cleared away. Kearney going after it, finds James. Cross goes in, Francis brings it down. Good tackle. Smalling then gets it away. Moise Keane is going to keep that in as well. Are we going to win it in the 89th or 90th minute? The ball put forward. Pinamonte gets there. Plenty of players arriving. Coutrone's at the back stick. Header across, but Johnston with an easy catch. Absolutely no excuse for not winning this match, but it doesn't matter really. We are through to the final of the Carabao Cup. It's been a pretty good run up to this point. We haven't been doing too badly. That was not the kind of performance I wanted when we put our full strength team out there today. But if we have a look at the teams that we've beaten along the way, obviously we beat Huddersfield in the quarterfinals. That took extra time. And before that we beat Liverpool 3-1, Aston Villa before that as well. So we've beaten at least Liverpool, a big team, but we've had quite an easy run to the final. We're on a pretty good run of form at the moment as well. Just that defeat to Arsenal really. But otherwise we're on quite good form. And we should be beating Walsall away from home. I think they might be League One. They are League One. They're second in League One though, so doing very well there. And they will be a challenge, but not something I'm too worried about. And then Brighton away, bottom of the Premier League. Not a bad run of games really, but we haven't started off in the best way. Well, the other semi-final has finished and Manchester United have beaten Manchester City 4-0. Home and away wins for United means that they will be our opponents in the final. That's going to be a really, really tough match. I do desperately want to win a trophy this season because we haven't won anything since I became manager of Newcastle. So if we could win the Carabao Cup, I'd be happy, but that's going to be hard. So we need to continue to prioritise the FA Cup as well and hope that we can win one of the 2 domestic cups. Well, the transfer window has now closed. There's not been any more coming or goings, but we did have a few bids come in for Jamal Lascelles, which I rejected. I think Brighton were offering about £2.5 million for him, which is absolutely ridiculous for a player who is worth about 7.5 and is only 26 years old. He's a decent player for us. I think he was transfer listed, but not as cheap as Brighton were trying to get him. And we're a little bit short-staffed at the back as well, so there was no point in letting him go, really. So we've held on to him. Nobody else has come in. I think this team will see us through to the end of the season. We do have quite a few injuries and suspensions at the moment. You can see Carmona's out. James Milner cup-tied for this one. Mads Beck is injured. But really, we're just working on a small squad, actually, now that I think about it. Carmona suspended for this one because he picked up his 10th yellow card against Birmingham. But luckily, we rested Fernandez, so he can play at right wing-back. Drinkwater and Andre continue in central midfield. Masuaku, despite the own goal, continues at left wing-back. Otamendi, Holding and Smalling are the central defensive team with Heaton behind them. And then Keane, Pinamonte and Coutrone all still getting the goals up front. Potts on the run for Walsall. Going down the right-hand flank. I mean, I don't know what that was. That was an awful, awful effort and no place in the highlight reel. Half an hour gone in this FA Cup tie, and at the moment, Walsall really are seemingly holding their own against us. We haven't shown anything near the kind of quality we've held this season. The ball put wide here, and still they nearly get in behind, but luckily the bounce works for us from that tackle, and Pinamonte pushes it on to Moise Keane. He comes back inside to Andre. Quite a bit of space on the pitch as Gedson gets the ball. Plays it down the line. Drinkwater controls it. Skips the tackle. Puts the cross into the back stick. Keane's there. Puts it over. And Pinamonte's just put that over the bar. Nearly an hour gone and we have still not made a breakthrough here. We've only had 2 shots on target as Walsall attack us down the left. They put the ball in and it's just gone wide. There is an upset on the cards here. Gedson with a good tackle there though. Andre Inside to Smalling, who launches it down the field, but for once our strikers aren't the first ones there. Now it's Morris. A lot of space on the right, goes inside early, finds Hornby, now Di Girolamo. Just about loses the ball there after keeping it in, and Cutrone does get the ball first this time. Sanabria is on off the bench, as is Grujic. Andre loses the ball though. Big tackle from Sanabria. Gedson trying to go down the right wing, puts it in behind, and Cutrone's managed to get there. He's got players across, he puts it in, and there is Masuaku, this time scoring at the right end of the pitch, and finally breaking the Walsall defence to give us a lead. Well, less than 10 minutes left to play, and we are still 1-0 up as the header from Potts goes back to Otamendi. Pretty sure we're going to see this one out. Walsall haven't really shown anything that would be too dangerous to us, and we're not that bad defensively, but the ball goes into Keane. Good tackle breaks for us there. Sanabria finds Grujic, now Cutrone, there's a man over, it's Rob Holding who's had to move out to the right flank because Fernandez picked up an injury, and there's a big ball forward, but Heaton able to control that with his feet and then push it back out to Lascelles, who's come on off the bench. Andre switches it to the right for Rob Holding, good turn, keeps it in, lays it forward for Cutrone very well, and his cross goes towards Moise Keane, and the goalkeeper hasn't even bothered to save that. It's gone through his hands and into the back of the net to make sure we progress to the 5th round. Free kick from Masuaku in towards Otamendi, ball going all over the place, and they finally managed to get it clear. They're actually on the attack as well with Cockerell Mollett going down the right flank. Big tackle goes in, but he just sidesteps it, picks out Bakayoko, and Heaton with a very good stop. This game was in no way a rout for us, but it was a very professional performance. We've managed to get the 2-0 win. Grujic just striking that one wide. It'll be the last kick of the ball today, and we do have the progress secure. That's all we needed. Away from home against a League One team could always be a potential banana skin, but we dealt with it professionally. Got the win that we needed, back on winning form as well. And now we can look ahead to taking the bottom club in the Premier League, Brighton. I think if we have a look at the table quickly, we can see they aren't doing too well at the moment. Just 12 points and only 2 wins from 23 games means that it should really be 3 more points in the bag. The final match of today's episode is away from home against Brighton. They are the bottom club, they're really struggling, just the 2 wins as we mentioned earlier, so I'm really hoping we can get the 3 points today. You can see on the league table down here that we are just 5 points clear of Spurs, but we do have that game in hand. Obviously Everton also have a game in hand, so the gap might not extend. And both teams above us still to play, but that means there is a potential we could actually move further closer to the top teams. We're currently 9 points behind, so it's not entirely out of reach. It's just looking quite unlikely at this stage. But the team going out there, not too dissimilar to the last 2 matches. We've got Keane, Pinamonte and Cutrone up front, with Andre and Grujic in midfield. Then it's Masuaku, Otamendi, Holding, Smalling and James Milner at right wing back, with Heaton in goal. I've also called up a couple of the youngsters to fill out the bench, so we've got Longstaff and Gallagher sitting on the bench if we need them. James Milner with the throw-in, picks out Grujic. Ball across to Rob Holding, of all people, who absolutely rockets it into the top corner. A sensational strike by Rob Holding. I don't think that's his first goal, but he's absolutely picked that one out of the top. Masuaku with the throw-in finds Moise Keane. He picks out Andre on the edge of the area. Pinamonte hasn't scored in a little while. Turns, shoots, and it's just over the bar. Just 20 minutes left in this game. Not a lot has happened, and Milner giving the ball away there, not reassuring. We still only have that 1 goal lead as Brighton counter-attack here. The ball over, cut out well by Masuaku. Heaton then just sending it forward towards Moise Keane, just brilliantly controlling that. Pinamonte out wide to James Milner. Not yet made any substitutions either, but Frank Fabra going in for a tackle instead. Ball's gone into the middle, and Keane has absolutely messed that one up by putting it well over the top. Just 5 minutes left. Milner on the attack down the right, puts the ball in a good position. Cutrone actually gets there first somehow. We've got 3 players arriving, just 2 defenders back there. Haidara down, and Pinamonte has hit that straight at Zila, who'd already moved. Had he put it anywhere else, we would have taken the lead. As you can see, young Owen Gallagher is up front for us, making his debut. Just 5 minutes left to play in this one. I thought I'd give him a little run around, a bit of youth up the top. but we do have Brighton on the attack as the ball goes in. Heaton catches it, and really you're seeing the difference between a team full of confidence and a team bereft of confidence, because the only thing separating the two sides was a stunning strike from Rob Holding that I don't think a team at the bottom were likely to get off. I'm going to tell the team we got away with that one because I think we did a little bit. We should have got more goals than we did, but it's still 3 points, which means we're still 9 points off the top, but we are 8 points clear in 3rd place, which is very, very reassuring. Just a quick look at Owen Gallagher. He's a Scottish player, never likely to become a big part of the team, but nice to get him in there because he is an academy product and he has now made his Premier League debut. I want to give youth a little bit more chance. I mean genuine youth from the academy, especially going into next season as well. But right now we've done exceptionally well so far this season. We've got 14 games left to play, so anything could happen, but we're looking good for that top 4 finish. It's all about whether we can get closer to maybe 2nd place, even the top of the table. But we've got big games to come. As you can see on the right hand side here, we've got Everton, Middlesbrough and Watford still to come. But our overall form at the moment is very, very encouraging as we head into the latter stages of all the different competitions. And the next episode in particular after this one coming will be really interesting because we'll have Roma away and Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final. So lots to look forward to. Do subscribe to the channel if you want to see those matches when they come. You can also drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this one. You can also check me out on Twitter using the link in the description. The Patreon link is there too if you're so inclined. But until next time, see ya.